Good, happy Wednesday morning, October 14, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday morning, so let's begin. First up, we begin with COVID-19 updates. 77 new cases of COVID-19 confirmed in New Hampshire. 6 new hospitalizations reported. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I decided to enroll in Empire Beauty School because I've always had a passion for skincare.
Tonight, 77 more Granite Staters have tested positive for COVID-19, including 15 children under the age of 18. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Griffith.
And I'm Monica Hernandez. Although we continue to see cases reported in children, state officials say it is not out of control. And tonight, parents in Nashua push to get their kids back into the classroom.
So of the 787 active cases in our state, 17 people are currently hospitalized, but state health officials did not report any new deaths tonight. The total number of deaths now stands at 456.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at New Hampshire COVID-19 information, what you need to know. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 9,279 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 7,847,714 number of people in the United States who have tested positive. 456 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 787 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and 702 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester 93. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester 2219. And now let's take a look at the 3 charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases in the orange. New hospitalization in the red. Deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases, and in the orange, current hospitalization. And let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases in the orange, total hospitalization, red deaths, and blue recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate, and let's take a look at this chart here. Daily PCR tests. And now let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. And now let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, difficult breathing, chills, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. COVID-19 spreading more quickly in Nashua, Manchester. Health officials say changes in season behavior following virus to spread. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Amy Cavino.
I decided to enroll in Empire Beauty School because I've always had a passion for skincare. My future's headed in a career where I can...
We did expect for there to be a rise in cases around this time of year.
The state map shows Manchester with twice the positivity rate and Nashua quadruple the positivity rate compared to the rest of the state. Why now? There are a couple of culprits.
People are back to doing their everyday things. Lots of things have opened up. Restaurants have gone from 50% to 100% capacity.
Health officials are noticing an uptick in asymptomatic transmission. This free test clinic held on Tuesdays is swabbing up to 170 people a week.
We know we have a significant amount of asymptomatic people, and so we're encouraging anyone to come. If they've been involved in any activities where they've been in large groups and they have questions or concerns, we're encouraging them to come over to get tested.
Drenching rain and raw temps kept downtown Nashua deserted, which means people are indoors together. Another shift in the spread of COVID is much closer to home.
We've noticed that sometimes it's an entire family that's sort of coming in. A couple of people have symptoms. The other people also want to get tested.
The emergency department at St. Joe's started to see an uptick in patients 7 to 10 days ago. Health officials are urging testing and vigilance in paying attention to symptoms that might seem like allergies or a cold.
It's the very mild symptoms that people are having that they're not actually contributing it to COVID.
Dr. Vadi says as the weather becomes colder and wetter, transmission will likely shift from community spread to familial spread. In Nashua, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Judge denies Zazowski's request to throw out statements. Ruling says truck drivers' Miranda rights not violated. A judge on Tuesday ruled against a request by a pickup truck driver charged with causing the death of 7 motorcyclists to leave some statements made to police out of his upcoming trial. Attorneys for Vladimir Zazowski said their clients indicated during a police interview last June that he was not able to continue the interview and that the continuing of questioning was a violation of his Miranda rights. Right now, I don't even want to answer anything, like I'm just out of it, Zazowski told police, according to a transcript, including in the court filings. Police halted the interview briefly before continuing to question Zazowski's about drug use and his actions the day of the crash, Zazowski's attorney said. Prosecutors argued Zazowski's comment was ambiguous and did not merit ending the interview. Superior Court judge said that concluded that Zazowski's statements were not significantly ambiguous and that his Miranda rights were not violated. Zazowski pleaded not guilty to multiple counts of negligent homicide and driving under the influence. He remains in custody as he awaits a trial. The crash happened on June 21st, 2019 in Randolph. The victims, members of the Jarrahhead Motorcycle Club, were from New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Dover police investigate food tampering not linked to Saco, Maine case. Razor blade fragments found in fresh pizza dough. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Charisse Leclerc.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
There's a lot of evidence to gather and steps to take.
The discovery in Dover comes just 2 days after police here arrested Nicholas Mitchell, wanted out of Saco, Maine for a similar incident. Police there say Mitchell is the former employee of a company that manufactures items for Portland Pie Company. Authorities charged him after someone found a razor in their pizza dough, and surveillance footage reportedly showed someone tampering with more products. Right now, Dover police are too early in their investigation to say whether the two incidents are connected.
Certainly something we take very seriously and we're very concerned about. But again, we are early in our investigation.
And tonight we're learning police in Sanford, Maine are looking into something that sounds very similar. 2 customers returning fresh dough back on August 14th after finding razor blades or blade fragments. Hannaford, Shaw's, and Star Market have pulled all Portland Pie pizza dough products from their shelves and are urging people to return them for a refund. Police in Dover say fortunately no one was hurt in the case here.
Thankfully, the items were discovered before anything was consumed. If other people have concerns or have had similar incidents, they should contact us here at the Dover Police Department if they live in Dover, or their local police department if they live in a different city.
Mitchell will soon be returned to Maine to face charges of criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon and reckless conduct connected to the Saco case. In Dover tonight, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we have a story to update you on, a story that we brought you yesterday on the Riley King Network. Exeter police find man they say escaped during medical transport. Let's take a listen to that video.
I decided to enroll in Empire Beauty School because I've always had a passion for skincare.
Police say 46-year-old George Moses is an inmate at the Rockingham County Jail being held on charges of second-degree assault, criminal threatening, and domestic violence. According to state police, Moses was receiving medical treatment at Access Sports Medicine in Exeter when at one point he escaped.
The troopers arrived on scene. We deployed 2 different canine teams.
Lieutenant John Hennessy says police searched the immediate area for 2 hours with no sign of the suspect. Then they got a tip that a man was seen on Bayberry Lane, not far from the medical facility.
What they did is a reverse 911 call to let everyone in the neighborhood know that the suspect was seen in their neighborhood. There are daycares in the area. The schools were letting out at the time, so it was a significant situation for us.
K-9 teams searched the entire neighborhood looking for places Moses might hide, like sheds and garages. And then, just before 6, officers caught him.
He was hunkered down under a small culvert behind a house.
Moses was put on a stretcher and taken away by ambulance.
I really don't know what happened at Access, how he got out. I know this wasn't his first time over there. So whether this was a planned event for him, we're not really sure. We'll find that out probably later on down the road here.
Moses was taken to Exeter Hospital as a precaution. After that, he will be returned to the Rockingham County Jail. Reporting in Exeter, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Milton mom tracks down stranger who rescued son from pond. Used social media to find son's stranger who rescued him. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
This is the post Mandy Vaca put out on Facebook, asking her friends to help her find the man who rescued her 4-year-old son Owen when he fell into a pond while visiting Tendercrop Farm in Dover.
You know, social media can be a very powerful tool.
Mandy's post received hundreds of shares, comments, and reactions.
A girlfriend of mine that I used to work with message me on Facebook and say, hey, guess what? And she sent me a screenshot. She had shared it on her page, and a friend of hers, who is neighbors with Dave and Christina, said, that's my neighbor.
That neighbor is Dave Peterson, the man who jumped into action and pulled Owen from the pond.
It was bad. I remember seeing his mouth come up over the water and his arms flailing, and if there was any hesitation at all, it was gone in an instant. I was in.
Owen is doing just fine. He even jumped in on the virtual reunion.
Can you see who that is? Is that Dave? Who's Dave? I don't know if you could hear that, but he said he rescued me from the water.
Mandy says she'll forever be grateful for Dave and his family.
Is this a family friendship that's happening now? Will there be more trips to the farm down the road?
I think so, for sure.
Absolutely. No, we found we have some mutual friends already, and I can't wait till things get kind of back to normal. We can go out and grab a drink. That's something that we have to have. Get the kids together and also get the parents together.
Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us for this morning edition. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.